Welcome back to the kitchen at Anderson Acres. It is snowy and blowy and very early in the morning, so I thought we'd make another breakfast food. I've had a few people ask, ignore the cats. That is definitely Little Miss enraging Autumn. Just ignore them. Okay, back to this. So I've had a few people ask, how do you make regular pancakes? Not necessarily the crepes that we made a couple weeks ago, but how do you make actual, sorry, I'm getting something, I'm banging stuff. How do you make actual flapjacks? Well, when I was a kid, we called them Dad's pancakes for crepes and Mom's pancakes for the thicker, more flapjack-like pancakes. So today, let's make Mom's pancakes. This is really easy. So I've got a griddle heating up behind here, and I have a bowl for our ingredients. I have 4 eggs in this bowl. Take 4 eggs from your own chickens or from the store. It literally doesn't matter, whatever you have. 4 eggs, whisk those together. Then 2 cups of milk or water or a combination of both if you like. No big deal there. Combination of both works just fine. Combination of both is something I actually prefer. I actually like my pancakes made with strictly water, but a lot of people like milk. Try both. See what you prefer. Okay, that was eggs. Next, we are going to add a little bit of salt. We're only adding about 1/8 of a teaspoon, just a sprinkle. You don't need much. Now we need some sugar. How much sugar depends on how sweet you like your pancakes. So, oops, sorry, hit the camera. At least 1/8 of a cup. I wouldn't do more than 1/2 a cup until you've made the recipe a couple times and you can figure out exactly how sweet you like them. I don't love them super sweet, okay? I simply don't. I don't love that sweetness. Kind of is annoying. Whisk that in. But you might like that. You might like it sweeter than I do. I like having them less sweet so I can add a lot of maple syrup. Then we're going to add less than a teaspoon of vanilla. You don't have to add vanilla. If you don't really love vanilla, then don't add it. But also, if you want a different flavor profile, you could try maple extract, or you could try a mint flavor, whatever you like, or leave it out. It doesn't matter. Okay, next up, we are going to add, I'm adding 3 cups of flour. Again, you can add more flour if you want the thicker batter, okay? I'm adding 3 cups of flour. And then I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons of baking powder, okay? Not baking soda, all right? And I'm not adding any fat into this today. The reason I'm not is I'm going to be cooking them in butter. So I'm not going to put any fat in the actual batter, okay? And when you're mixing, definitely splash flour everywhere. That's part of the job. If you don't have flour all over the counter by the time you're done, did you even actually make pancakes? No. Okay, so we're just going to use our whisk or an electric mixer or an immersion blender, whatever you like. I'm just going to bring this closer to me. Whatever you like. And yes, my arm is a little beat up. We have animals and it's winter and stuff is happening. Okay. So we are going to mix this. It's going to be fairly smooth, not super smooth. Okay? So what I'm going to do is mix this off camera and let my griddle heat up. You need a fairly good heat for your griddle. You can do it on the stove with a pan, no big deal. But I'm using a griddle, and my griddle's heated to between 300 and 350. So I like to land right around 325. Some people like it, the griddle a little hotter, a little less hot. It's up to you. But we are going to cook these in butter. So I'm going to just keep mixing this. Then I'm going to let it set for 10 minutes. Then we're going to come back and make pancakes. It'll be fun. We'll be right back. Okay, my griddle is heated. Now you're going to notice that I am using my handy dandy, you'll see it in action, for putting my batter on the griddle. You don't have to use that. That's entirely optional. You can just use a scoop or pour it directly from the bowl or whatever. It literally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we're getting some butter on here, okay? And then we're going to take our batter. Here's how you kind of decide how much batter to use, how big you want your pancakes. So if I want them like that, that's how much batter I do, okay? you kind of decide how much you want, how big. If you want silver dollar pancakes, like little tiny guys, you would do much less batter than I am doing, right? Okay, now we literally wait. You don't touch them. They are not ready to be flipped. How do we know when they're ready to be flipped? The edges will be pretty cooked. Like you'll see the edges of the pancake start to solidify, and the bubbles will be breaking the surface of the pancake. Here's where we're going to time lapse because this takes a couple of minutes. Okay, you're not going to do this in 30 seconds. You do need to wait. Now you're going to find that you're going to have a preferred heat for how you do this. And depending on whether you're using a griddle or whether you're on the stove, it'll really, really be a little bit different for everybody. Experiment a little bit, see what heat you're comfortable with. Not everybody wants to use high heat, but a lot of people don't like using a lower heat because it takes too long. So I've just got a plate sitting off to the side, and we will time lapse and wait for these guys to get bubbly. Okay, ignore some of the sound in the background. But we are done waiting for this side. So one of the things you can do is you can touch the small edges, and your finger shouldn't come away with stuff, but it should leave a little indent because it's not actually cooked. It's just set enough that it's not going to flow everywhere. The other thing you want to look for is there have been some bubbles that are rising to the surface and flip and popping. So that generally means you are ready to flip. So when you are going to flip, the one thing you want to check is you kind of want to check how done they are and if you like how done they are. So if you don't like how done they are, if you want them more done, you leave them for another minute. Okay? But this is okay. So you should be able to lift them up on your spatula without them going everywhere. Okay? If you can't do that, so if I start lifting it up and it goes blarg, then you're not ready to flip. Okay? Blarg means no. Okay? They should be fairly stable. They're not cooked on the top, but they should be stable for flipping. Okay? There we go. Don't move them. Even if you don't love where they landed, don't move them because that side, the bottom, is not cooked, right? So if I start shifting them around the pan, I'm just going to leave smears of goo all over the pan. So don't touch them until they set a little bit. That only takes a minute or so for them to set, but they are not thoroughly cooked. So at this point, I should be able to move it if I want. Yes, I can. So if I don't love where they landed, you can kind of shift them to make them look a little bit nicer on the pan. But if you do that too quickly, you'll end up leaving a smear of batter across your pan, and you don't want that. So again, we're going to time lapse for a couple of minutes because, I mean, they take usually, depending on your heat, they'll take between 3 and 5 minutes per side, but it might take less than that if you have a higher heat up. You just want to make sure they are cooked in the middle. If your heat's too high, you're going to scorch the pancake, but it'll still be raw in the middle. So we'll time lapse. Okay, These guys are ready to come off. So we're just going to take them off and put them on our plate and get another batch started. So again, if you've not made these before, you're going to want to check and see if they're cooked. After a little while, you will figure out what's cooked and what's not by how long you've had them on the griddle and all that good stuff. Just getting some butter. Again, you don't have to use butter. You could use margarine. You could use some oil, something to grease your pan so nothing sticks. I prefer butter, but use what you've got, okay? I'm not a purist, so. And if you have one of these, you can kind of just almost count. So what we're going to do now is, that was too close together. What we're going to do now is we are going to time lapse till we're done. That's too close together. Don't do that. Let's time lapse. Okay, these are done. I'm just going to remove them to our platter. You will notice I put a couple of them too close together here and there. My bad. Okay, we are going to pop over, take a look at the finished plate, because you don't need to stare at an empty griddle. And just like that, our flapjacks, or what we called Mom's pancakes when I was a kid, are done. They are delicious. They are fun. Again, if you want them sweeter, you add more sugar. If you want them thicker, you can add a little more flour to your batter. And if you want them fluffier, add a couple more teaspoons of baking powder. This is a recipe that can be adapted. You can add chocolate chips. You can add blueberries. Whatever you choose, whatever you want to do, you can do. But that is about it for us here today at Anderson Acres. I hope you enjoyed making flapjacks, or Mom's pancakes, as we will forever call them in our house. Crepes are Dad's pancakes. We'll see you tomorrow.